So Wuthering Waves added 120 FPS, and there's a lot of people that complain and say, yo, GuitarRock, why don't I have that option? The option is not available to me. Blah, blah, blah. The option should be right here. Alright, you can set the 30, 45 FPS, 60 FPS, and 120 FPS. Alright, but it's not available for everyone. Now, why is that? Apparently, there are some people speculating that Kuro games are afraid. So right now, these are the CPU, or GPU rather, that are available for the 120 FPS option. As you can see, the RTX 30 series and the RTX 40 series. It has to be 30, 60 and above, right? And then 40, 50 and above. AMD graphics card as well, which I'm not super familiar with, RX 6000 series and RX 7000 series. So it is going to be very specific to these few models. So if you are somehow 3050 instead of 3060, you don't have that option. If you are 2080 Ti, you don't have that option. Some people probably still using 2080 Ti, and they still don't have the 120 FPS option, which kind of sucks for them, but hey, that's life. So right now, apparently somebody has provided a solution for you in case you want to use it, right? You can go to... Now, if you are doing this specific option, if you are going to do this particular method, keep in mind that there are risks involved because this is not official, alright? This is something that you're tinkering with the files itself. I hope you don't get banned actually. I don't think you will get banned, but you can see, in case anyone wants to try this, you can do this, use a DB browser to edit the file of the game. Go to your old local storage file in Wuthering Waves, /Wuthering Waves game client save local storage, and then you basically need to edit the part that says custom frame rate and change it to 120 FPS. So this is going to be a very dangerous thing to do. I don't know, maybe there's a chance that you might get banned. So I'm not sure if it's safe to do, but yeah, you can basically do that. And I don't think this is a good method to overcome this 120 FPS thing, because I feel like Kuro games should just add it in the game, right? You can see a lot of players are not happy with that, right? They are definitely complaining here. Kind of stupid that I still have to do that even after the update. Who was the developer with a galaxy brain that had the idea to lock an option as basic as FPS kept under those extremely specific hardware requirements? That makes no sense at all. I feel like it's a bit weird, but to be fair, these are all the graphics card that maybe they deem worthy of being able to handle the game in that high FPS settings, right? Don't try this at home. Yeah, it might be a bit risky. Like I don't want people to get banned, right? If you actually tamper with the files, because the game does have an anti-cheat system. What if the anti-cheat detected, oh, you tamper with the files, we're gonna ban you? So yeah, I would try to not do this. You know, you never know, like one of the updates it doesn't work anymore as well. Yeah, it is a bit unfortunate. I get it that some people want to try to play at higher FPS. Just put it in the settings if they are worried people can get mad if the performance is bad. Then just put a warning when changing to 120 FPS saying that it might not run well on some systems. I think they are scared of the bugs, right? I think they are just like, what if these 120 FPS introduce more bugs later on for them as well? Because they didn't have time to test all the other cards, right? They don't want to deal with people crying about poor performance, not hitting the 120 FPS, so they try to shield themselves. I think this is probably most likely what makes the most sense, or if I have to guess, it's probably the limitation with the engine itself, which is they use Unreal Engine 4. Maybe there's like a limit to Unreal Engine 4 being limited to certain graphics card having the ability to do certain things. I don't know, right? I'm not a software developer, but that could be one of my guess as well. It sounds dumb. With that logic, they will remove 60 FPS and high settings from mobile. Yeah, which I can see that's kind of dumb as well. But to be fair, when you set high settings in mobile, I think usually they will warn you, right? I don't know about Wuthering Waves, but some games they do warn me of like certain it might overheat. The hardware they chose also doesn't make sense. Ryzen 7600 isn't there, while 1700X is. I saw someone that said they patched the workaround. I'm not sure if this is particular one. Can you confirm? I had to reset mine cause my settings changed after the patch for some reason. In the same boat as the others, my GPU and CPU are listed as supported 4080 and 12900K, but still locked to 60 FPS. I got 3070 Ti and 1370 13,700, but I don't get the option. 4070 here, and I don't have that option either. Huh. Really? How many of you guys here don't have the 120 FPS option? Like, apparently some people even have the supported cards, but they don't get this option at all. Which is very interesting, eh? 120 FPS waiters are getting wrecked. But as far as I know, this is only exclusive to PC for now, right? It's not on mobile as well. So keep that in mind, right? It's if you are playing on mobile, apparently, I don't know if they ever mentioned that will come later on or not. It could be like a PC thing only, right? Even though Wuthering is going to console as well for the PlayStation 5, I doubt they will add this in PlayStation 5. Again, I could be wrong. It's hard to say for certain, but stuff like this is like, maybe console is easier to configure as well. You don't have it, but your PC spec is listed in there. That is very interesting. You don't have 120 FPS for you? Huh. I wonder why. I did reinstall the game before recently. But yeah, that sounds like a bug, right? If it's really the case, that's definitely on their end. I lost the 120 FPS gacha. Can't enable 120 FPS, locked to 60. Are you on the latest GPU drivers? Try updating them. Okay. I'm on the same CPU and 120 FPS is there and works. Would it be because... yeah, would it be because of the drivers? My drivers are super stable and I'm trying to avoid updating them at all costs. Yeah, maybe you guys could... if you guys don't have it, maybe the driver could be a thing, eh? That would be one option, but... both my CPU and GPU are on the supported list, okay. I wish they unlock it for everyone and let the players tweak the settings to prefer performance or eye candy. Or at least allow 90 FPS limit as well as for lower end devices. I can unlock the 120 FPS, but I just don't understand the gatekeeping they are doing. Hopefully, it's only temporary. It's probably temporary for now. Maybe they need more time to be able to push it out more. CPU bound and no setting seems to elevate CPU load. Very interesting. ZZZ has unlimited FPS option. Basically means the FPS isn't capped. So the GPU can push out however much amount of frames it can per second without limitation. Uh-oh, he's bringing up ZZZ! It's wild that an old flagship GPU like 2080 Ti isn't supported. Yeah. I'm pretty sure 2080 Ti can support the game easily. No problem, 120 FPS. But 3060 that's substantially weaker is supported. It's probably something to do with the architecture and stuff, right? Not supporting Ryzen 5 series is cringe. Why is there a limitation for CPU? Like, WTF is this? Is it a limitation on CPU? No, it's GPU, right? I need a new monitor. Crying in the corner with my 2060. Yeah, a lot of people probably could play it max fine, just fine, but they just, yeah, they don't have this option, which is unfortunate, right? I don't know. I hope Kuro Games fix this, definitely. But you can see a lot of people are, you know, not able to. They don't have the option. They don't have the 120 FPS option, sadly. So it is limited for now. Hopefully the next patch, maybe 1. You know, right now it's 1.2, maybe 1.3. They'll like try to push it out to more cards. Hopefully, fingers crossed.